Hola chicos y chicas, how's it going? I hope you're doing good and welcome to another video. Sigma 200mm f2. What a beast of a lens. Big thanks to Sigma Switzerland for sending me this lens. Unfortunately, it needs to go back in the next couple of days, but that's okay. Already, there's not a lot of bad things I'm gonna talk about this lens. It was really a big joy to use. I used it for sports and wildlife photography. Yeah, also did some portraits and stuff. And overall, super stoked. Like such a great lens, really. I won't talk a lot about numbers. I will talk more about my personal experience and how it was to shoot with this lens. Yeah. So starting on the outside, like the moment you touch it, it just feels so good. Like the knobs and how just feels good, you know. Then you have customizable buttons right here. You can also put it on C1 and C2 for more options there. Aperture ring from f2 to f22. It has clicks, but you can declick it with this button here, and then it's buttery smooth. You have the tripod collar, of course, and again, this feels so good. I could do this the whole day. The focusing ring feels pretty smooth. In Lumix cameras, you can set it to linear, and then it doesn't matter how fast you move it, it will always move the same. And you can also set the rotation angle to between 90 and 360 degrees or more. I mean, size and weight, it is what it is, right? I mean, you can't build this lens small and super light. I mean, it feels pretty well balanced. You know, you can hold it here, and it's comfortable to hold. I was walking around like this for hours and it didn't really bother me. I don't know the exact weight, but yeah, it's not, I don't feel like it's too heavy. And I'm not a really strong guy, so it weighs what it weighs. This lens is sharp as I mean, yeah, it's a prime lens, of course. But maybe it is because it's 200mm f2, and for me this was the first time I used a lens like this. So looking at pictures from a lens like this, it just makes woof. And I don't know how it is corner to corner or chromatic aberration and all that stuff. Like, I really like looking at the pictures as long as it's not made from my hands. Close focusing is 1.7 meters. You can, like, if you have a bird, you can nearly fill up the whole frame with it. And yeah, that's I mean, of course, you always wish to be able to go closer, but yeah, the bokeh, however you want to call it, it's beautiful. I don't know. For me, bokeh is subjective. Like, I really like it. How it looks. It just pops. You know, it makes the image pop. Yeah, pop. Background separation you get with this lens, it's crazy and it's buttery smooth. Yeah, like the only thing with Sigma, but this Sigma in general, sometimes looks a bit too clinical, if that makes sense. If I compare it, you know, to the Lumix lenses, which I like the color rendition, more neutral colors, you know, like a bit of character for a, you know, not vintage lens. It's subjective. I mean, it's not that it's a bad lens because of that. Not at all. This is nitpicking. In, you know, in post-production, you can do with the colors and everything whatever you want, and you can get the results you want. So, you know, you get a really good basis. The autofocus of this lens, it's lightning fast, really. It's nearly as fast as I am in, and I nearly never encountered any problems. Wildlife I've shot, it was always like, you know, the camera recognizes the animal, the eye, bam, snaps on it. I also want to talk about the Lumix bodies, of course. I work with the Lumix S1 Mark II, Lumix S1R Mark II, with both of them. And this works really, really well together. And also smaller animals, you know, it would recognize them really, really well. Snap on the eye, bam. Like, sometimes I had it on full area and it would recognize the animal really good. If it didn't recognize the animal, I put it on, you know, one area plus, and then bada bing, bada boom, it would find the animal and the eye without a problem. I shot most of the stuff with 10 frames per second. No problems there. Like, it was always doing the job how I expected to do it. I didn't try I tried the 70 frames per second. but like on a fixed point. So I can't tell how well it tracks with 70 frames per second, unfortunately. Also with sports, I went out to our local trail, Valdec Trail, and shot some biking there. It was getting dark. It was evening, like maybe not the best light, and I was cranking up the ISO at 4000 and more. And that's where I am happy to have an f2, because with an f2.8, I need to pump up the ISO more. And this is where a prime shines, where it shines like a diamond, how Rihanna once said. It just makes working easier. Yes, of course, it's fixed focal length. It helped me get shots that otherwise would be more difficult, because of the light conditions. And it just is more forgiving in terms of, when the composition is not really good, you get that background blur. It just makes working easier. So does it work with the teleconverter? Unfortunately, not. Not with the 2x teleconverter from Lumix. Not enough space there. I mean, the Lumix teleconverter works with other Sigma lenses like the 150 to 200. This one here. Good job. So you can put a 2x teleconverter on this one, but not on the 200mm f2. Unfortunately, yeah. Good job, Sigma. This is a fantastic lens, great image quality, great build quality, just an overall great feeling. It just makes me happy using this lens. Maybe the best thing about this lens is that there's a possibility that Sigma will build a 300 2.8, 400 2.8, those dedicated sport and wildlife lenses. And I hope I can look forward to those. I'm not sure if they will build those, but it would only make sense to build that lens lineup bigger and bigger, especially because these type of lenses are missing from Lumix, and Sigma is filling those gaps, which is a pretty good thing. Thanks for watching. Wish you a nice day. Hasta la pasta. Ciao. Pop.